Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. My name is Jason. I'm with Signature Esports. A pleasure it is to have you. Something happened with Facebook there for a second where they kind of dropped down for me, but they're back up and running. We're all good on my end, so hopefully you're having a fantastic day out there. I'm ready to go here in the broadcast with Nashville Speedway for the Super Speedway for the eNASCAR Racing Association. Of course, brought to you by John Betlem Heating and Cooling. Go to johnbetlem.com to find out more information about how you can get a hold of them if you're in the Rochester, New York area. And, of course, Ryco Motorsports, ryco-motorsports.com. A whole lot of love, a whole lot of fun for everybody to be ready to rock and roll. Qualifying is getting ready to be finished as these drivers are coming around, completing their laps. As we're watching Brendan Poole right there. Nick Galusha's on the track as well. One lap in the qualifying session for all of these drivers. And it's been hot and heavy. They've had three different winners over the last three different races. So week 4, we possibly looking for another winner. Track temperature, 97 degrees for the drivers here. They're going to run 100 laps. It's 1.3 miles, so about 130 miles for the drivers. 90-degree air temperature, 43% humidity. The overcast skies are going to play a factor when it comes to grip here. The concrete track is just absolutely insane. Lebanon to Nashville is going to be the area, 14-mile-an-hour wind. There's a little bit of sun peeking through for the drivers as they get ready to start gridding up. Here is your starting grid. That's going to be brought to you by Ryco Motorsports. For setups and paints, go to ryco-motorsports.com. Nashville here for the ENRA, or the eNASCAR Racing Association. This is their Next Gen Cup Series. Joey Brown's going to be your pole sitter here. Brad Sousa out there in the number 42 is going to be the outside pole sitter. Brendan Poole and Mike Sturgill Jr. They're going to be there in row 2, spots 3 and 4. Jay Jensen and Matt Kocher, who won last week, they're going to be there in row number 3. Trent Goodrow and Chad Gunningsman in row number 4. Austin Edwards, Nathan Hall, row number 5. Justin Levine, Nick King, they're all going to be there row number 6. And so we'll move down the starting grid. Austin Edwards, Nathan Hall, we were talking about them. The 99 and the 8, the 41 and the 3, they're row 6 again. Travis Manning, the number 14. Dylan Beckman, the number 17. They're going to be there in row number 7. Paul Fly, Nick Galusha, they're going to be there row number 8. Timothy Swiggett, the number 52, is going to be there with Timothy Lewis Jr. The two Tims are going to start there. Row number 9, Richard Lucky and Casey Foote, Mr. Byron himself is going to be there in the back row. We're going to watch these drivers get ready to rock and roll here in just a second as the pace car is going to lead them off. Thank you for all the likes out there. Apologies about that stream. Go get them Spire. Go get them Sturgill. Austin Edwards, says Jeremy Little out there. Mike says go Sturgill on Facebook. New followers on Twitch. Appreciate you very much out there for that as well. New followers on Facebook. Thanks for the shares out there, Justin Levine, and the Justin Levine Racing page. Appreciate you very much. iRacing servers have been a little bit touchy, and so is Facebook. Facebook, yesterday I did a broadcast where we had, I don't know, it's like 110 live viewers or something like that on Facebook, and it only showed that I have one view. Isn't that crazy? All good, though. They've got some things going on. Watch Stoney, one of the streamers that I actually watch, Stone Mountain 64. His subs, his subscriber list, he went from something like 13,000 subscribers, and Facebook says he has negative 34 or negative 334 or something like that. So hopefully Facebook can rock and roll here. Reminder that you give us a follow on all the platforms: Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, as we live stream on all three of them. The 5, the 42, the 15, the 77. They're going to go 100 laps here at a new track for me, Nashville. It's one of the newest tracks on the circuit. 1.5 miles. But it's not your typical cookie cutter for the drivers, that's for darn sure. 1.3 miles in length. As pace car dives off, they're going to get the green flag here. Brown gets a good jump. 42 of Sosa's going to be there. Brendan Poole's going to utilize the low line right there with Sturgill, the 77. Inside-outside line for the third spot there as you see him come down to the track. Joey Brown out front, leading that number 5. We were talking about these drivers having 3 different winners. We have yet to have a repeat winner in the series, but as far as teams go, the Hendrick Motorsports team here in this series, they've been dominant. They've been able to capture 2 of the 3 races they've ran, so they're looking for a third spot. Mike Sturgill Jr. there to the bottom of the 77, making a pass on the 42 there for second. Sturgill is flying. Look at him roll. Go Warrior Racing. Go Good Rose, says Danielle. Tia Middleton says go Warrior Racing. Get it. That's what we're talking about. Thanks for the comments out there. Hate to miss this week, Jeremy says. We hate to see you miss it as well, brother, but hopefully you're having a good weekend out there. Sturgill to the backside of the 5, try to track him down. Wants to have that Exalta paint scheme out front. Speaking of Exalta paint schemes, I want to check out Casey. He's got a new paint scheme on his truck, or on his car. He was showing it to me last night, and he said he was going to make a little bit of a change on the front end. Look at that. It's a pretty looking little 24 there. I wanted to check it out and see what was going on. Tia, thanks for the like out there. Appreciate you very much. 20 of Nick Galusha right behind the 24. There's the 52 of Swiggett in front of him as well. The 17 of Beckman there. 24. Oh, they're going 3 wide. Casey's like, I've got somewhere to be. 3 wide onto the backstretch here. They're going to be into the corner here. 4 laps in, side-by-side racing. These cars are able to hold it down. 17, a little contact between the 15 and the 72, but right now they're going to have to try to get it straightened out. 17 behind the 19, that is where they're going to be. Dylan Beckman in the 19, battling side-by-side. There is the Carrier Toyota of Timmy Lewis Jr. driving for the John Beckman Motorsports team. You see him carrying forward. Mike Sturgill Jr. just went to the front, folks. There he is. He got around the 5. He must have a setup for the ages. Green flag run here, 6 laps in as they complete this one. Travis Manning just ran the fastest lap of the race, the number 14. Right there behind the 41 of Justin Levine. Levine getting some shout-outs out there. There you go, brother. Number 41 in front of him. So a lot of traffic in front of these drivers. They're trying to find the spots. Where do they need to go? Matt Kocher, we talk about him a lot. He likes to be able to work through the field, and he's got 99 problems right in front of him. That's going to be Edwards. As you see Kocher trying to make some moves here. The 1 and the 2 trying to make some ground. Austin Edwards making moves. Here is the 99. He's tracking down Brennan Poole, NASCAR Truck Series driver. He is trying to work his way around the number 42. That's Sousa right there. As the 15 looks to make the pass, he's going to be in third here as he drops into the corner here. He's right behind the 5 of Brown as the 42 slides into position. The draft, super important. Lots of things going on. Tia, thank you for the Debbie. Thank you for the share. Appreciate you very much. Ryan Jones, thanks for the like out there. Go King and Hall, says Debbie. Good to see you. Good. Ryan Jones again, the Let's Go 41 out there on Facebook. Got it up on all the streams, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, for everybody out there. We appreciate you very much. And make sure that you give us a like and follow on all those platforms. 77, 2/10 of a second, about a quarter of a second now as they come out of the Turn 2 exit, the backstretch here at Nashville Super Speedway. It's hot and heavy. They call it a super speedway because of the low banking and the speeds that these drivers are going to be able to carry. As the 5 of Brown almost gets into the wall there, the 15 disrupting the draft from the back end. 0.3 of a second for the 77. The 15 is going to drop in on the 5 here as Brendan Poole tries to make it stick. There's Joey Brown to the outside. 42 of Sousa is going to be there. The 99 of Edwards making moves as well. Chevy's battling it out. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Positions up for grabs here. Kocher in the number 1. He's got that Toyota on lock as well. He's there in 6th. That's where he started. He's trying to make some moves here. He's there to the outside of the 99 as the 2, and that Ford starts to work that package as well. The 2 side by side with the 1 on the backstretch here. This is tight racing so far. Sturgill able to carry a 0.5 of a second lead. There's your speeds at the bottom of the screen as they come around the backstretch. Moving and grooving. 77, 15, 5, a little high out of the corner. Taking a look here as they come across the stripe. There's the 5 of Joey Brown. Excuse me. Trying to continue his ways here. He's got the 42 all over the back bumper. Look at that. The 99 dropping into the inside. You see the cars. This banking here is not as aggressive as you would normally see. Brad Sousa falling back to 5th spot. He is off 3, started 2nd. He is trying to hold on to that car. Kocher right there with him. Sturgill 4/10 of a second as Brennan Poole tries to track him in. The number 77 making it work. Michael Sturgill Jr., A-class driver, 4790 on the iRating scale. He's been putting in some practice. Cincinnati, Ohio native. There he is. He's got a whole lot of company. The former Brennan Poole right behind him. BrennanPoole.com. Got some donuts on the side of that. Shipley Donuts. That's the driver's paint scheme right there. And he's going to be right there to the back bumper of the 77 into the corner. The 14th lap being completed under green. As Brennan Poole has turned on the gas, he is ready to rock and roll, and he's going to be there to the backstretch. Brennan Poole drops below the apron, gets across the Nashville Super Speedway stripe, wants to carry into turn 1. He's going to do so. And as long as this thing runs green, this is going to be a fuel mileage strategy here. We've watched these cars be able to run 45 to 50 laps. Green flag, 80% fuel is usually the cycle for the cars, so that's the amount of weight that they're going to have. They're going to be running here. Sturgill, Poole, Edwards, Kocher, Sousa, Jensen there in 6th. Levine to 7th, up 4 spots. There is Justin Levine, the number 41. He's making it stick. Joey Brown back to 9th right now. He falls back. The pole sitter. Got some things going on. Needs to probably make some changes here. Battle for the lead. There is the 77 to the 15. Brennan Poole side by side with the 77. 77 a little loose off the corner there, as that high line has no grip on it. This track, one thing I've learned about it from watching not just the NASCAR circuit, there's no grip on the high line here. Yeah. Not until these drivers put themselves out there and drive around this track the best that they can. 99-15, 17 laps in. Here's the battle. I think Brennan Poole needs to be able to slide up the track a little bit here. He's going to get into the corner with a little extra speed. The one of Kocher is going to be there with the 99 to the high side. Exit of turn 4 to the front stretch. Sturgill being able to continue to move forward. Good roll. Good looking boy. That's right, Mr. Sturgill. Good to see you out there. Chatting it up. And I apologize about the Facebook stream. We're still green everywhere. If it goes in and out, I do apologize about that. I don't know what's going on with Facebook at the moment, but we are green and solid on my end. No drop frames. Our CPU usage is phenomenal. So if something's going on, I do apologize about that. I use a restreaming service that my signal goes to, and it comes back to them. So if something goes on out there, I do apologize. We'll continue to keep it going for as long as Facebook lets me. But it'll continue to roll. You're good here. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you. It said my stream was interrupted for a moment. Good, man. Sturgill out front. Edwards, Poole, Kocher. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last week's race winner trying to put his way to the front here as they continue to move here. 20 laps in, and it's a good one so far. The 99 might be trying to make some moves. I don't know if you want clean air at the moment. I'd want to just sit there and ride. You know what I mean? Edwards, Poole, Kocher, 77, 99, 15, the 1, the 41, the 42. Jay Jensen, he's got some battles going on here. He's got the 4 to the inside. There's Gunningsman in the number 4 car. He's got the 14 behind him. So it looks like the Stewart-Haas numbers are being wonderful. The old Keselowski number 2 right there, ran by Jay Jensen, having a good time. Right now, Joey Brown, the driver off the most spots, he's still trying to make it work. Biggest mover of the race is going to be Austin Edwards. He's in 2nd right now. He's up 7 spots from the start of the race as they continue to move forward here. Kocher having a little bit of issues. there, little blink, blink. But you can never tell here. That's for darn sure. Virgil Edwards pool. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. And who's going to be able to make it work? The 99 Edwards setup shop on the bottom is what it says there. I like shouting out the sponsors on the cars because, I mean, to be honest with you, you never get the opportunity to, talk to a lot of these folks, and you see some company names on the cars. You want to make sure that you give them a big shout out. And that's, I said Exalta for the 77. It's Ascari, I think, Ascari. There it is on the front hood of that car. And then CS Designs on the side. CS Twitch channel, M Sturge. MSTURGG. You can follow him on Twitch. There you go. Austin Edwards there. Killing it. The number 1 trying to go to the inside of the 15. Brennan Poole. Trying to work his way back to the front as he did last week. Pretty much drove from the back to the front last week and was able to make it work for him on the pit strategy. And that's where they're at. 24 of 100 as the 41 of Justin Levine works that Ford Mustang to the bottom, side by side with the 15. The 1 clears the 15 of Brennan Poole. And now over this 25-lap sprint, they're finding their way in. Quite a way through the race, folks. They're having a whole lot of fun, that's for sure. No, I'm working my way through it. We try to talk about the action up front. There's more than 10 cars, I promise you. Thank you very much. Speaking of which, we usually about this time go back through the field. Nick Galusha, the last car, the lead lap, the number 20, as he is rolling 19 seconds out the pace. He's trying to figure some things out back there. Nick, usually fast through the field, but we're going to see how these, he's got a little bit of right side nose damage right there. He's got kind of up there on the right quarter panel of this car. So that's kind of what you're looking at there. Overhead view. Paul Fly, the number 18. He's going to be right there with his teammate, the John Betlem Motorsports team. They're one of those Carrier Toyotas. He's got a little right side nose damage as well. Timmy Lewis Jr., the number 19. He's got some right side as well, but he's right there behind the number 3 of Nick King in 17th. Nick King off 5 spots from the start of the race. Timmy Lewis Jr. is right where he started. Paul Fly, Nick Galusha off 4. Driver up 3 spots, the number 12. He's got the 3 working the inside right there. Richard Lucky now back to 17th as the 3 tries to drive to the inside. Rich King tracking down the 24. There is KC. He is 5 spots in. He started 20th. He's in 15th at the moment. So that's the race that he is having. Dylan Beckman, right where he started, the number 17, is rolling in 14th. As Nathan Hall is off 3, the number 8 in 13th. Trent Goodrow, the number 12, he's off 5. He started 7th. The number 22, he's having a little bit of trouble back there, but that might be his strategy. Who knows? Timmy Lewis Jr. having an issue. Let's take a look here. Here's the 19. Oh, he tapped the wall off the track. It was on lap 27. Paul Fly right behind him went off track. You saw him right there. And I think he's got a right front down. It looks like he might have to he had to lock it up and go back to pit road. We were at Dylan Beckman, Nathan Hall in 13th, turned Goodrow in 12th to 22. Timothy swinging up 6 spots as the number 11 car, the number 50. I'm sorry, the 11th place car, the number 52 here is up 6, started 17th. Joey Brown, the pole sitter, back to 10th. He led a ton of laps there at the very beginning. Was able to hold off for a little bit, but now he's having some issues. He's falling back. 42 of Brad Sousa right there. He started 2nd. He's in 9th, but he's still with the main pack as they're starting to heat up with 30 laps into this race. Jay Jensen, the number 2, he is off 3 from the start of the race, started 5th. And he is still working that throttle the best he can. Chad Gunningsman, he started in 8th. And he is working on 6th right now over the 14 of Travis Manning. Travis Manning to the inside. That's the number 14 up 7 spots from the start of the race and trying to make it better. Trying to be one of the biggest movers of the race. Brendan Poole, he is off 2, started 3rd. He is 3 wide with these cars right here. He was close to being 3 wide. The 14 and the 15 right there with the 99 in front of him. The 99 of Austin Edwards up 5 spots from 9th to 4th. And CC having a good day trying to work it away Justin Levine, always fast. Able to keep his car clean right now. He's up 8 spots, and he's in third. Mike Sturgill Jr. in second behind Matt Kocher in the number 1. The pass from Kocher to Sturgill happened on 31 this last lap, so we just missed it as we were going through the field. But I tell you what, the number 1 still fast to 77 behind him in some drafting air now. Is quite possibly that might be the factor for all of the drivers out there. Looking a lot of green. Who has the long run speed? Exactly. That's what I want to see. Kocher trying to work it. I think Kocher's got the speed right now. It's going to be about pit strategy as well. I think that's going to be a big factor when it comes to the end of the race. Right now, Galusha Fly, Lewis Jr., I think they went ahead and parked their, it says out on the bottom, so I think they parked their vehicles for the night. Right now, 17 cars still working the field, 34 of 100, as we're looking at quite a lot of action going on here. Justin Levine trying to work the inside of the 99 and the 77 at the same time. 99 trying to find a way around the 77 in front of him. But as the 41 slides up in front of the field, 14's going to be right there. 15's there as well. The top 6 all neck and neck, and right behind them, Jay Jensen and Chad Gunningsman are working each other as well. The 4 slides there with the 2. 2 trying to keep the 4 at bay. And the 42 of Sousa there as well. So 3 cars in this little bitty pack right here, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Joey Brown in 10th. He is a few seconds off of that. 4.5 seconds, or 4.3 seconds off of the race leader at the moment on the backstretch. Timothy Swiggett up 6 is he's got some fast lap times. He's just trying to rein it in. His lap time about the same as the race leader, 30.85. Matt Kocher, a 30.80. Sturgill just ran a 30.68. And this last time, I'm going to take that back. Matt just ran the number 1 car, just ran a 30.79. Sturgill a 30.70. He might be just easing into the throttle here. They're trying to work their way through it and carry very well. 36 of 100. And they're carrying Toyota out front. Chevy, 2 Fords, and a Chevy. That's going to be your top 5 as they roll. And they are rolling. Man, oh man, are they rolling. Should be approaching about the time drivers going to start that. Maybe they're going to split it in half. It's usually what we see. Some great racing in the top 5. There's some absolutely great racing across the board. I mean, if you look at what Timmy Swiggett was doing and Trent Goodrow, they might be back there a little bit, but they were able to avoid a lot of things to be able to keep themselves clean. Now, this is an open setup league, so you know with the setups that they have, they just have to be able to get there and drive it. Right now, Casey trying to track down Richard Lucky right here. Lucky and Nick King battling back and forth. There's the 12 and the 3. They've been battling for a moment, and nobody give it an inch. There's the 3 and the 12 coming out of turn 2. To the backstretch. This is some more good racing right here. Top 5 having a heck of a day, but there's more on the track. The 12 and a 3 they're having a heck of a day. Look at that. Now the 12 makes the pass on the 3. That's going to be where he is at. He's tracking down Nathan Hall to number 8 in 4th as they come across the front stripe here. There is the Hall man himself, Scottsburg, Indiana. Debbie, where's Scottsburg? Give me a reference. I know you're out there. Give me a reference where Scottsville is. In reference to like Terre Haute. Matt Kocher. I know I second guess myself every week. I get it right and then I get it wrong. I get it right, get it wrong. I don't like messing up folks' names, I promise you. The 1, 41, 77, 14, 15, and the 99 of Edwards still in the mix as well. Top 6. All nose to bumper. But look at Jay Jensen and Chad Gunningsman. They're flying as well. They're starting to catch the race leaders. Their last lap was better than the 1 car. Is right now they nose to bumper coming down to the backstretch here. Scottsburg. Yeah, Scottsburg. Scottsburg, and 30 miles north of Louisville. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Caution comes out. I got you. I know right where Louisville is. I grew up in Effingham. Let's take a look here and see what happened. Mr. Sousa had an issue there. Let's one more time here. Let's do this. He's coming around the corner. The 42. Oh, he tapped the wall, and he just went sideways enough that the caution would come out. So that'll be a factor here as they come around. Be back up. I grew up in Effingham, Illinois. That's the only reason why I ask. I used to go to Terre Haute whenever I was a teenager quite a lot, and then I had family that was in Elizabeth, Kentucky. So Louisville was quite an awful travel for me, quite frequently each summer. Right on I-65, yes, ma'am. The 1, the 41, the 77, the 14, the 15. Yeah, we moved from Greenville, Mississippi up to Effingham whenever I was young. And it's where most of my family hails from, right around that area. Everybody coming to pit road. You know what's happening. Nick Galusha would have been your lucky dog, so no lucky dog this time by. Dylan, something going on with Dylan Beckman back here. Brad's coming to pit road. You'll be able to get some of that right side taken care of. There's KC. He's coming to pit road as well. These drivers need to make some setup changes as they come in. So that might be why you see them stopping on the track. They're stopping to make some in-car adjustments before they hit their pit stalls to tell their crew chief what they need to do. Joey Brown was your pole sitter. He's going to be out there on let's find it better. There it is. He's going to take right sides, left sides. Going to take that full pit stop. So good to see you out there. Good to see everybody out there. I appreciate you. 30 mile. I want to make sure. Some great racing. There you go. Top 6. Absolutely. Boom. There it is. I don't know why I said top 5. You said top 6 out there. Jeremy, good to see you out there watching, my friend. All right. They're going to rack them, stack them, reset them. And they're going to go back to green flag racing. The 1 wins the race off of pit road. Travis Manning has a fast pit stop here. The number 14 pulls up to second here. Justin Levine to third. Michael Sturgill back to where he started the race. He's in fourth. He's going to have his hands full, trying to work his way around the 99 of Edwards there as well. That's going to be your top 5 for the time being. Jay Jensen back to where he started. They're in 5th. Man, oh man. Reminder, one of the sponsors for the race, John Betlem, Heating and Cooling, johnbetlem.com. You're in the Rochester, New York area. Make sure you give them a call, 585-271-8888 for all your heating and cool needs. Remember, preventative maintenance is a big factor as we get out of the summer months into the fall and winter, so a good time to check your air filters out there. Make sure you go to johnbetlem.com, johnbetlem.com, to find out more information. And, of course, Ryko Motorsports. Go and give them a like and follow for me. And you're going to have a lot of fun. Lights are going to be off on the pace cars. Sousa's going to be a lap down. I think he got all that stuff fixed. I think that's what he wanted. He was like, you know what, I'm going to stay in. I'm going to get this damage fixed. I'll come out when I come out, and we'll be good to go. Dylan Beckman still on pit road. I think he's getting his stuff fixed right now. And so right now, Brad would be, if there another caution were to happen, he would be your lucky dog at the moment. So an opportunity for him to try to work his way back to the front. He's off 14 spots. He started second. You know that he wants to make it work. Manning, Kocher. They're going green. Turn 1, busy. 1, 14, 41, 77. They're battling side by side. There's Justin Levine and Mike Sturgill. The 1 of Kocher gets himself out there pretty nicely. The 14, the Abruzzi 14 there in the Ford. try to make it stick into turn 3. He's going to be there. These tires have to get up to temperature, so now there's been a caution, and so they're going to be a little bit more free. There's going to be some heat on the track that they're not used to. See them wiggling a little bit back there. That's going to be a factor in all of it. Joey Brown trying to drive himself back to the front. He had to make an in-car adjustment as they come through the corner. The pole sitter trying to get back to where he started. He's going to be there with the 99. Side draft, huge. It's a huge impact on these cars. These things are so aerodynamically sensitive. As we're seeing Matt come around the corner, he is out of the gas. Something going on with the number 1 car here. As Travis Manning's the new race leader. Wrecking back here. Caution's going to come out. I missed it. I don't know what happened. Was that the one? It was the one. Man, oh man, something happened with Kocher there. Let's take a look and see. The one was there with the 2. Oh, the 24 and the 2 were side by side. Man, oh man, here we go. The 24 was inside the 2. Here's what's going on. We're going to follow along. I need to back up just a little bit. We want to see what happened with the 1 here. He was losing a ton of ground. I don't know if he was just trying to let some folks go by. Let's take a look here. He's up next to the wall. 14 drops in. 1's going to stay there. He was maybe trying to save a little bit here. And then you see the 2, a little move there. The 24 is going to be fast down on the bottom. The 2 is going to be there. And then the 2 and the 24 connect. And the 1 in there as well. So, and then the 12 into the 1. Man, oh man. It was Richard Lucky. Let's follow along with Richard for a moment. I want to see what was going on here. Maybe, I don't know if you could see him. Let's see. Stop that right there. Let's go to the cockpit view here. Here we go. Into the corner here. This is turn 3 and 4 before the caution. It's Richard Lucky here. 52 a little bit into the wall here. Down to the 1, down to the 1, down to the 1. Oh, down to the bottom, down to the bottom. Goes back up the track a little bit. Oh, he was trying to come back up the track. He was trying to avoid the wreck. And got right into the 1 there. Man, oh man. Travis Manning, your race leader. Justin Levine second. Nick King in and off pit road. Need to top up on fuel. Nathan Hall topping up on fuel. Jay Jensen in for a little bit of repairs there. A little right side repair. Trent Goodrow coming off of pit road. The 1, the 52. Guess who's back on the lead lap? There's your lucky dog. Brad, the number 42. Mr. Sousa. There he is. Timothy Swiggett is coming off of pit road as well, the number 52. So good drive off for him. KC's got a no front clip there, so the that damage might have been avoidable. Let's take a look. I'm going to ride along with Casey whenever that happened. Back up here. Let's see what it looked like from his point of view. And a little cockpit. Bam, bam. Here we go. He sees him. He's riding along with the leaders here. He sees the 1 up there. They're 3 wide. And then they kind of settle out. He sees that going. He's like, I got to go low here. Down on the bottom. And then just a little clip. Man, oh man. And that is how that works. All right, that's what it looks like. Lights are still on the pace car. Got to pause my vocals for a second. We're going to get these guys back to it. Debbie, thanks for the second share. I appreciate you. You're awesome. We are now halfway through the race as they complete lap 51. We'll go back to green flag racing on lap 53. So it'll be 48 laps to be completed. Here is Edwards in fourth, the 14, 41, 77, 99. Brendan Poole in fifth. Gunningsman in sixth. Larry, thanks for the share. Appreciate you out there as well. Thank you very much. Manning, Levine, that's going to be the top two right there. Lights are off of the pace car. We're going to go back to green flag racing here in just a second as they start to wind down just a little bit here. We always wonder if the factor is that are they going to be able to make it on fuel? I believe with 1.3 miles, I think they're going to be able to make it. I think it'll be just fine. This is going to be about tires here over the course of the 30 or 40 laps that they're going to be running. So we're going to see how this is going to work for them. They're on the backstretch right now. Looks like we've got about 14 cars on the lead lap. Casey's coming off of pit road. Kocher's still sitting there trying to get some stuff fixed. And Casey needing to make sure he gets points. He's still up 5 spots, the 24, so he's going to come around. He's got a little modified action going on for him. Are these cars similar? You race those? They are a little bit, I would say, a little bit similar as far as the driving style goes, but they're not as free. They're very aero dependent, but they're not as free. 14, 41, 77. They're rolling. Manning carrying good speed out of turn 2. They're going to be on the backstretch. As you see the 14, 41, 77. There's the 99. Brendan Poole to the inside of the 4. Chad Gunningsman here. The 5 of Joey Brown, like I said, still trying to work his way back to the front where he started. Nathan Hall up a few spots. There he goes. He started 10th. He's up 2. He's got the 52 right behind him. There's a lot of traffic in front of him. The 4 and the 5 right next to the wall. And they're going to be side by side, trying to utilize all of the track that they can. And the 4 doing a phenomenal job of holding that midline. Coming around the 5. Nathan Hall moving. There is the 52. He's going to make it past Timothy Swiggett. Tries to get in front of him. He's going to do so. Right behind him, the 22 of Goodrow has the 3 and the 2. Hot on his tail. And they are still rolling. Man, look at him go. A little bit free out of the corner. Whoa, the 3 and the 42 touch a little bit there. Little left side damage for the 3 car now. He's got a little right side as well. The 42 has a little right side. The 12 of Lucky going to the bottom of the 3. As right now, King and Lucky are going to battle it out a little bit more again. Those guys been battling it out all night. Travis Manning, the 14, leading here, has the 14 or the 41 behind him. His reverse number, trying to make it stick, trying to make it work. 77 of Sturgill, super fast through the field. Going to work his way back to the front as well. Let's go. 22 says Danielle Harrison out there. You're Danielle. Trent Goodrow in 11th. Big shout out for him. Shouting out your drivers. We've got some time now. I don't mind taking care of it. 57 of 100, the battle right now between the 14, 41, 77 for the lead. Brendan Poole and Austin Edwards side by side. They've been side by side for a minute. And right now the 5 trying to find an extra lane here. As that side draft is somewhat working into the corner. The 99 able to carry that second lane very well on the exit. Be up next to the wall, and the speeds that you're going to be able to carry, he's going to drop down into the corner. And he may not lead, or not lead, he may not be in the lead getting into the front stretch, but into the corner. He's really trying to push his way into the 77. He's going to carry the draft from the 77. That's what you get. That's what you have. You have the draft in front of you. So that'll change lanes and that'll bring, it basically works the cars that are in front and behind you. And the 99, as he carries around, has the 4 with him. The 5's going to drop below, 3 wide onto the front stretch as the 5 tries to carry speed. 4 up high, 3 wide, 15, 5. 15's going to give up the lane for the 5 and the 4. And Brendan Poole making the veteran move to keep the car clean. 14, 41, 77, top 3 for the drivers here. Nathan Hall He's tracking down Jay Jensen. I was just looking at lap times. He recently just hit one of his fastest lap, 29.75. Jay Jensen in front of him. He's running a little bit faster laps than he was running a little bit faster laps. We'll have to take a look at that here in a second. But they are catching Timothy Swiggett pretty fast, quick, fast, in a hurry as they come around. Trent Goodrow, that number 22, right behind him. Brad Sousa trying to hold on to what's left of that right side of his car. Moving and grooving for the field. Richard Lucky, that number 12, he picks up another spot. King right there behind him. Don't count him out just yet. There's still a lot of racing left to go. 40 laps to go as they complete lap 61 as we speak. 14:41.77. The 5 of Brown, 3 wide with Edwards back here. Edwards, the 44, the 15, they were there, man. They were 3 wide coming across the front stretch. 2x2 for the 4, the 99, and the 15. 99 getting into the corner is going to back up the corner. You see, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about backing up the corner here. The KC went off the track and came off the track a second ago. So here they are into the top lane. Out of the corner. He's out of the gas a little bit earlier to be able to carry that line all the way down and be able to get in the throttle smooth. That's what they call backing up the corner. Same thing with Brendan Poole. Watch how he's out of the gas a little earlier so he can carry as low as he can into the corner. Get those tires right there next to that stripe. You don't necessarily want to be on that end of the corner, maybe on the front stretch, but the difference in pavement can throw that car around. You see the 5th gear, 9,400 RPMs getting into the corner. Wants to be right next to the paint. He's going to carry out a little loose on the 99 in front of him. Let's look at follow King. Oh, he's got a little bit more left side than I thought he did. You see the front of that car here. There's a look at the number 3 car right there. And the 12 car. Let's take a look at what these drivers have going on. There's the 42 for you. Trent Goodrow. He's got a little right side as well. Nathan Hall. He's clean. He's got a little touch on the right side, but he's carrying. Let's follow along with him for a moment. He's right behind the 2. See how he backs up his corner here. Not as out of the gas as the other cars. So he feathers into that corner. You're right there in the draft of the 2 in front of him. Got the 52 of Swiggett right there as well. Out of the corner, gets that. Look out, now he's into it. Feathers into the corner. Trying to keep it straight. There it is. It's a little bit better corner. Turn 1, turn 2 working for him. As the number 8 tracks down the 3 drivers in front of him. Top 10 kind of night for Nathan Hall. Travis Manning still has a lot of company. And right now the 5 of Joey Brown, Brendan Poole, and the 99 of Edwards. They are side by side, 3 wide into the corner. Man, oh man. 99 giving up the lines. Going to let the 5 go by. 15 of Brendan Poole trying to keep it right next to the side of both of those cars. And now he's going to find his way back into the 99's draft zone. Travis Manning still out front. That number 14 driving the old Smokes number. And he's got a little bit of a lead now. He's starting to piece it together. 30.04 his last lap. Nobody better than him that time by. Here's a look at the lap times for the drivers here. As you see, the alternating lap time, 62 better for Manning, better for Levine on 63, 64 better for Manning, 65 Levine, 66 is Manning, and they're going to come around. We're going to see if that's going to change again. We're talking hundreds of seconds here. There's no real big difference. They're just hundreds of seconds, and this time Levine better. They're just taking their time, being patient. Rose, thank you for the like. Pole sitter making a comeback, Mike says. I think he is. I think you're absolutely certain. $14.41. We're going to go to, I want to make sure I'm on the creator dashboard of everything. I want to make sure I see everybody. Man, oh man. they're rolling. The top 7 cars still very close to each other, all within a second, 1.2 seconds to be exact. The 4 of Gunningsman still tracking them down. A lot of racing still left to go as far as the track is concerned. The completing lap 70 of 100. Casey had to jump to pits. Let's take a look and see what happened to the number 24. I wonder if I wonder if his engine blew. His engine might have blown. No bueno. No bueno. Alrighty. The battle for 5th is just as big as the battle for the battle for 4th is just as big. The 99 to 15 and the 5, they've been working each other since the restart, since the restart of this on the second caution, and they've been having some really close racing here, as I think they're trying to figure out who's going to be able to lead them up to the top 3. So 3-car stint, Manning, Levine, Sturgill, and then Edwards, Poole, Brown. That's going to be the next ones, and then Chad Gunningsman and Timothy Swiggett. They're starting to work. It's Timothy, the 15. He's in 8th spot right now. The 2 of Jensen, I think they're with him. Hall's right behind him. So the Chevy, the Ford, and the Chevy trying to make it work. Oh man, that drive up next to that wall makes me nervous as they come out of turn 4. They're driving so hard up there that I keep thinking that they might end up tapping the wall. 77 trying to make a move on the 41. Didn't work that time by, so he's going to fall back into 3rd here as Mike Sturgill Jr. gets to the back bumper of the 41. They're going to make it stick here. And now Edwards and Brennan Poole, they're in the picture as well for the top 5. And right behind him, Joey Brown making it stick. I wonder if this Hendrick car is going to be more on the short run speed. I'm kind of wondering. He's super fast very early, and I'm not seeing him really fade all that much. He's still right there with the race leaders. I just kind of curious. Maybe he just has a short run car. Manning has had a pretty decent car. I know that the 41 of Levine has a pretty stable car as far as what I'm seeing out of the drivers here. He's able to kind of just maintain. When he needs to jump out, he probably jump out. Manning and Levine working together very nicely. They're Brucey guys. Same team here for both of the drivers. 25 laps to go. Discord's popping up, folks. I don't know what in the world happened there. I think Discord might have updated behind the scenes, so I apologize about that. That's not at all what we wanted to see there. So thank you very much to everybody for doing that. Rolling and grooving. They all are. 24 laps to go. The 77 now ready to strike as they're getting to the bottom lane. He's getting to the bottom lane of the 41 of Levine. So that Chevy trying to break apart the two teams here. And Stuart Haas Racing, Travis Manning, and the 41 of Levine. It's the Stuart Haas team, and then of course the Hendrick Motorsports will be Joey Brown. KB is or Casey is he's I don't know if he's out of the race. He's getting some stuff fixed, I think, in there. So that's kind of where he's in pit road, so he's taking care of that. He'll be 17 laps down. King right there. He is he's still competing. He's 14th, 16 seconds. You don't give up. That's what you do. 22 of Goodrow in 13th. Lucky in 12th relative to his number. Is up 7 spots still, so nothing, not a bad day for that. Sousa started second. He's in 11th right now. Nathan Hall right back where he started when he started this race, so no losses, no gains, but he's still carrying the track. Top 10 night for him. 52 of Swiggett up 8 spots. He started 17th. He's in 9th. Jay Jensen off 3. He started 5th. And that right side is I think it's the only thing keeping him from having any having any gain there. 4, 5, Gunningsman and Brown. Joey Brown started on the pole. Chad Gunningsman there in 7th. He is caught back up to the field as they're starting to make things work. Joey Brown in 5th, holding on for that 6th spot. He's trying to catch right back up to the 99. He's been fast all night. He's there in 5th. Mike Sturgill Jr. back to 4th where he started. He's got Brennan Poole, who started in 3rd right in front of him. And you know that there's still 20 laps to go when they come to the stripe here. And so it's going to be about who's going to be able to make it stick coming to the end of this race. 14:41, 2 teammates out front as Manning and Levine try to make it work. The Ganassi Trackhouse team, that was Kocher and in and out there. Oh, goodness. And Brad Sousa right there. So Brad's still in the race at the moment. The one car is going to be off of the track. So the 42's carrying 11th right now. These Fords have it. They just got to hold on to it. Michael Sturgill to the inside of the 15. Try to make that line work for him here. 15 is going to be able to carry. We talk about the outside, that second lane being able to work for the drivers. And on the front stretch, the 77 making little gains as they kind of battle back and forth. He's going to be up into the corner. Back up that corner just a little bit. Here's the look from the right side, the gyro cam of the 99. There's Austin Edwards right behind Sturgill. There's Brennan Poole, the 15, the Shipley Donut car right there with him. As, you're going to see the 99 carry that line up and then try to drop with the 77. Try to cut off the track just a little bit. 77 not able to get into the corner the way he needs to be able to take off any of that inside line. So this is the more that these guys kind of battle here, the more that the leader's going to be able to pull away. 17 laps to go as we're looking at the 77 trying to make some moves. Manning. And then we'll look at the cockpit point of view from Brennan Poole. He carries down in front of the 99 again. So Sturgill's going to be still right behind him. The 5 of Brown trying to battle with the 99. Sturgill right behind. You see him right there in the rearview mirror up there up top. A Chevy emblem really trying to make it stick there. So right now 16 laps to go. The 77 trying to pull a little bit more off of the 15. It's the battle. And then the 99 and the 5. Joey Brown up to 5th on the inside, trying to clear the 99. He's going to be there to the bottom. And so now the 99 is going to swap positions with him. The 5 still trying to make it work. 4 of Chad Gunningsman in 7th. The race leaders, Travis Manning, Justin Levine, 0.6 of a second, 0.8 of a second over Brennan Poole in 3rd. That's a little bit crazy to see here. Got to catch back up. Nathan Hall in 10th now as he trying to pull some more of that time. He's still trying to track down Tim and Jay Jensen. They're about 6.5 seconds, 6.3 seconds off of the pace of the race leaders. Travis Manning doing a phenomenal job of leading here. .41 in and out just a little bit there. Nothing doing. Sturgill, Joey Brown. Joey Brown still trying to work his way. He's still top 5, though, so that'll work for him. You know, he wants to be back out front. Fastest time in qualifying and was able to make it work. There's Tim and Jay Jensen. Jay Jensen still has that right side damage This is another battle that they're going to be having. 12 laps to go here at the eNASCAR Racing Association, Nashville 130. As they roll. Put 150 in the marker because I wasn't sure if it's 1.3 or 1.5 miles, so I'll go back and re-edit that. And right now we're looking at 11 laps to go, and Brennan Poole and the 77 of Sturgill have caught back up to the 14 and the 41. And knowing that this track is hard to pass on, do you make those moves like you should now, or do you wait until you're 2 or 3 laps to go to really try to apply that pressure? You want to force the 77 a little loose right there. Draft's super important for these cars. Very, very aero sensitive. And now the 5 of Joey Brown has turned on the afterburners. Quick, fast, in a hurry. He just caught right back up to him. Gooning's been starting to apply the pressure as well. He's starting to close down that 1.7 second gap. As now with 10 laps to go, it's the 14, 41, 15, 77, and the 5. Make it 9 to go here. Nashville Super Speedway. A run for the ages. 14:41. Does Justin Levine push his teammate to the win, or does he go around? That's the other question, do you ask? I mean, they're racing for a win with their teammates. You know. What do you think? You tell me. You can finish 1-2. It's a good points night. Good team points night, too. 14, 41, 15, 77, and the 5. Each corner line a little bit different. Brendan Poole trying to cut off a little bit of the track. He's got a little bit of nose damage there. It's not that bad. I think the 22... Is it Lucky and Sousa getting ready to battle it? Somebody just switched spots there. I was looking real quick. No, nobody yet. Maybe I was a little bit mistaken. Joey Brown to the inside of Sturgill. Trying to go back to the front. The number 5 car is. He's save. He's going to be there to the inside. 77-5 in to the front stretch. I'm saying into the back stretch here. He's looking away for just a moment. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate you very much. Might come down to fuel. It might. We were talking about that earlier when it came to the pit cycle. Joey Brown in on 49. Everybody else in on 43. Wiggett in on 50. Jensen on 49. Hall on 49. Do they have enough? Can they back up the corners enough to make it 6 more laps as they're going to come around? We're talking about the 50-mile. Yep, they absolutely did. We're talking about the 50, splitting this track in half, 1.3 miles. Can they get all 50 laps out of it, or do they need to be in at 52, 53? It's difficult to know. For the 5 to the inside of the 77, they're still battling back and forth. 5 laps to go here. And 14, 41, 15, it's all about fuel. Do they make it? Can they make it? And what's going to take them to the end? The 5 of Joey Brown trying to go back to the front here. Sousa to pit road. It looked like he was coming to pit road. Something happened to him. Said he went to pit road. Maybe he didn't. The battle for 5th, or battle for 4th is heating up. 14 to 41, the 15, 4 laps to go. I mean, you're out there now. You're pretty much just gonna commit it. It'd be a shame if it came down to fuel. I'm a fan of fuel strategy and what happens with that. And right now, let's take a look at the dashboard here. Well, not dashboard, the pit strategy. 54 laps in the cars right now. That's what they've had. They've had a couple of cautions with some pace laps. But can they make it? 49 was when Joey Brown came in, so that would put him good to go. The 14, the 41, and the 15. The 5 of Joey Brown, good right now. It's Justin Levine, Brennan Poole. Do they have enough since they've been kind of just soaking and sitting? 2 laps to go here in the eNASCAR Racing Association. They're going to push it. You know what's going to happen right now? They might run out of fuel coming across the start-finish line. Who knows? Manning, Levine, Poole, Brown. Inside-outside move. White flag's going to wave here at Nashville. And what's been one of the best races so far. We've seen a couple of cautions, but it still worked. 41 to the outside of the 15. 14 is going to be there. 14 in the 41. Try to make it work, make it stick into the corner. Turn 3, turn 4 is about to be interesting. Does Joey Brown have enough to get to Brennan Poole? Don't know if he does. Coming around here, turn 4. Travis Manning, Justin Levine, 1-2 for the last 40-plus laps. And 14 wins it. Manning, the drive for the ages. Levine took one last shot at it there at the bottom, finishes second. Brennan Poole third. Brown and Sturgill fourth and fifth. Travis Manning, Justin Levine carry the track. And as it stands, new winner this week for the series. What a great race it was. Nashville Super Speedway did not disappoint. And it's quite interesting to see Pocono Raceway is going to be next week. That's going to be, I believe it's Pocono. That's the series that the Next Gens are running, I believe. So Pocono Raceway next week. Travis Manning's going to be killing it right there. Going to have a lot of fun. We'll go over the race results after we talk to the drivers here. Of course, remember, Ryko-Motorsports.com. Travis Manning, your race winner, as the Severn, Maryland driver starts to roll through and do his burnouts. Good win, Travis, says Wilford out there. That's a good burnout right there. He'll run out of fuel doing it. Nice job. Nice job. I'm digging it, man. I'm digging it. All right. I'm talking about your burnout like it's a pretty darn good burnout, man. Travis Manning, the number 14, wins it here. Walk me through your race and how you and your teammate were able to hold off at the very end. Man, oh man, what a drive it was for you.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm if you'd have told me that this was how we were going to finish this race about an hour and a half ago, I'd have told you you're lying to me, because I mean, originally got got the car on track, and I think I really just needed some more laps on the car, because at first I wasn't happy with it. Had a bad qualifying, and then we worked our way up through the field, and it was just draft is so key here. We all just kind of stuck together, and if it wasn't for Justin, I definitely wouldn't be here right now. So definitely huge shout out to him. It's I'm blown away.
Well, it was a great drive. You were able to. We were worried about fuel. I think that was the biggest thing that we were worried about. You guys you had a couple of cautions, but you came in on 43, and so you just ran 57 laps of fuel out of that thing. I'm sure it was crossing everybody's mind. But what was your fuel window kind of like for those who are out here running the next gen cars?
That's pretty much what we were thinking. We were thinking we were going to be good. I had barely a lap of fuel left when I finished that race. So it was kind of, save as much as you can under caution, and that, especially in the clean air leading, you burn the most fuel. So just get out there and pray you don't run yourself out of gas. And thankfully we didn't. And yeah, it was definitely close.
Well, I tell you what, that was a fantastic drive in my books. I mean, you guys inside the top 7 were just killing it there for a while, side by side racing, and it goes to show that you're the biggest mover as well. So 12 spots from 13th up, and able to hold on to it with Justin. So congratulations once again. Give your shout outs, man. It's your time to shine.
Absolutely. I would not be here if it wasn't for all the guys frontline esports. Dan Shamoon, specifically, a huge shout out to him. He put this car together. We were screaming at him all week about it, so I think this is kind of his setup made me. I get to shut up now. I'm not going to give him any more crap for it. A Bruzy, Bruzy from frontline, bruising cues. Everyone, Stuart Haas racing for the league. Chad and Justin. Justin, massive shout out to Justin. I'm just, I don't even know what to say, man. This is awful interview for me, but I'm like blown away right now.
It's all good, man. I've done worse at asking the question, so we're all good. I just want to say congratulations once again. The 14 finds its way into victory lane next week. Pocono, what do you got?
That's probably my favorite track on the server. So I really hope we got cars as good as we had last week and this week. Confidence is very high in everyone over at Frontline. So just do my part, help them get that thing together, and hopefully we can get Stuart Haas back in victory lane again.
Sounds good to me. All right, my man. Well, congratulations on the race win, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Your race winner, Travis Manning, having one heck of a day. And here is the next guy. His teammate finishes in second. I drive for the ages for you and your teammate. You try to make it. You tried to make it a good drive for yourself, but there at the end, when you're looking at 2 to go, were you thinking about trying to make the pass, or you just or were you there to finish where you could?
With 2 to go, definitely want to see how Poole was going to drive, if he was going to send it in, try to dive bomb, or if he was going to be conservative and see if he could get the runoff 4. But I wasn't going to make a move unless I knew it was going to be a drag race between the both of us. I didn't want to give up the win to Poole of us fighting too early, especially with how much the side draft affects these cars. As soon as these cars get side by side, if you're the third car behind them, you could slingshot and pass both of them if you got a big enough run.
Well, it seemed to work in your advantage, and you were talking about being early on. You're able to make, when you started 11th, so you're up 9 spots on your finish here. You were able to make the outside kind of work for you when the draft was kind of sliding up in the right at the right time. So is that kind of just really just the way that the cars drive, or is it more in the just in the way that this track handles?
I want to say it's a little 50-50 of both. This track, just for some reason, if you were able to drive it in hard and at least stay side by side into the corner, as long as you had a little draft, you pulled them off the corner. But like sometimes, like, I don't know if this is going to work at a different mile-and-a-half track. I don't know if this will be the same factor at like a track like Charlotte or like something like Pocono.
Yeah, speaking of Pocono, next week you've got Pocono. Your teammate says that's one of his favorite tracks on the circuit. What about you? What do you got for Pocono?
Same thing. That's one of my favorites. Also, Travis and I had plenty of good battles in the iRacing official series. That's actually my home track, so I'm hoping to do really good there.
Home track vibes. We like that. Justin, congratulations once again. Thanks for the shares out there. I get to personally thank you now again as well. But
no problem.
Congratulations, P2. I know that you guys are going to be trying to make it back to back, or at least try to get yourself into victory lane as well. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Give your shout outs out there. I know you got a ton of them.
Thanks. First and foremost, I got to thank you. You do such an awesome job. I always love going back and listening and watching the full broadcast. I got to thank everyone for all the admins and Casey for putting this on for us. This is a lot of fun to do every Tuesday night. Got to thank Abruzzi and everyone back at Frontline for all the hard work that they put into these sets.
Fantastic, my man. Well, congratulations. P2 finished, and I look forward, of course, seeing you off in next week.
Have a good one.
You too. Johnson Levine finishes second and has one heck of a day doing so. And last but not least, the guy that was there at the end trying to battle the front two, Brennan Poole, the number 15 here, has found himself inside the top 3 once again. Brennan, walk us through your race right there. Last couple of laps to go, you were peeking your nose to the inside. You were trying to make it work. It seemed like Nashville Super Speedway here in these next gen cars were probably the most aero dependent track that I think we've seen so far next to next to an actual super speedway.
Yeah, it's just really difficult to pass if you don't have anybody that will help you. I think our car handling wise and speed wise might have been the best one, but you just can't. You don't have anybody that can like push you or help you by, or if someone behind you or in front of you decides to change lanes and help the car you're trying to pass or whatever. I mean, there's just nothing. I mean, you just can't pass. There's nothing you can do. So for the majority of the race, I was just like trying to stay in line once I figured out that nobody was gonna wanna or wanted to work with me, I guess. So I just like stayed in line. If someone tried to make a pass in the bottom, I just stayed high and stayed in the draft and pretty much just stayed there all race long. I just felt like we had a really good car and speed. It just couldn't didn't have anybody, no friends, I guess, that wanted to work together. There were a lot of teammates up front at the end, and really at the end, the two teammates in front of me, they just pushed each other. I mean, you can't. There's nothing you could do. I tried to throw it in the last, on the last lap just to see what would happen if I could separate them or do anything, but it just nothing you could do. So, I think that's just part of this next gen car at these speedways. It's just like, you're really dependent on the draft and others helping you and pushing you. I know Joey and I were pushing each other a little bit, trying to make certain moves happen. And, but without any help, I mean, you just get stuck running side by side with somebody forever. Or if anyone around you decides to help, whether it's the bottom lane or the top lane, it's just like there's nothing you can do. They'll just push that next car past you. So that was a challenge, but proud of my team and all the guys and for having a good setup for Nashville. And we were close. We had another good run. So starting to string some together and starting to make some headway back in the points after that difficult first race. So, we'll just keep at it. And I think some of these races will go our way, but it's going to be difficult on the super speedways if guys just like straight up hardcore team against you, even when it's not the preferred lane. I mean, there's just not. I mean, you're just stuck.
I can understand that. And that's what we were kind of watching today is the aero dependency of these cars was especially on that second lane. It seemed like if you were throwing it down into that first lane on a natural line, it seemed like the second lane seemed to be good if somebody would if say the front two drivers were running their natural line together, the two teammates, if you were running side by side with somebody, they were pulling each car in both of those lanes as they continued to progress forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, it just makes it tough. I mean, there were times where I think I was outside of the 77 and the 99 was pushing him. I don't know if they're teammates or not. I thought those were different teams, but yeah, I mean, and I helped the 99 several times as much as I could in the race. But you just kept shoving the 77 on the bottom, and we ran side by side for like what seemed like forever, but I don't know how many laps it really was. Kind of hurt my tires a little bit at the very end to go up there to the 41 and the 14, but nonetheless, I don't think I really had anything to get by them without someone behind me helping me separate them. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, you got to have the help, and you got to have guys pushing you and working the air in the draft. I mean, that's why teammates are super important. So, my teammate Swig, Tim, he did a good job tonight. He was up there, made a call on the fuel, similar to like what happened last week. We weren't sure if we should pit or not, and he pit and to make sure he was good on fuel to the end, and then we all kind of made it. But he still had a good finish tonight, so I'm happy with that. But it's just part of this style of racing with this next gen car. And this tire is model and the sim is really, really hard too. So it's like everything just gets hotter, and that's why you lose grip. Like the tires don't really wear out. So like it's just a balance. You're fighting that. You're fighting the draft. It seems like the draft just kind of like equalizes everybody, and you just can't do much. You got to make really smart decisions.
Right. Still a lot to figure out for the sim. I know that they're still looking for the specs from NASCAR to be able to make these a little bit better as well. So the scans are what they're trying to assume they're going to be making or are going to be working. And this could be come this time next year. It could be a completely different animal.
Yeah, I think you're going to see it change quite a bit. But I mean, that's just tough when they don't really know what they've got yet. I mean, and we're not even going to really know in real life until you see a bunch of them race together and things will change, and I'm sure they'll change different downforce packages and things like that throughout the season next year as everyone's trying to figure these cars out. But I know one thing: it's probably crazy to watch all of us side by side and racing each other as hard as we were. I mean,
Oh,
everybody
man.
was racing each other so hard, so I'm sure it was very, very fun to watch.
Yeah, the cautions were due mostly to one was a was a self spin, and then the other one was hard racing. I mean, it was back someone backing out of a corner to let some traffic go by, and then the hard racing down below kind of got to it. But Brennan, you're absolutely awesome. I appreciate you jumping in here. Congratulations on a P3 finish here as well. I know you've got a lot. You've got shout outs to give to yourself, and I keep telling people to go to your website and buy some T-shirts. So absolutely awesome. I'll let you have at that, and I look forward to Pocono next week.
Yeah, for sure. Me too. Pocono is one of my favorite tracks. And yeah, if you want to pick up a shirt, I appreciate it. It helps me out. It's just brennanpool.com, and we got all kinds of stuff on there. And of course, shout out to all the guys that helped me tonight. Aaron Groskoff with spotting, Ashton, who practiced with me, Ashton Crowder practiced with me this week, and really helped us build this setup really and make adjustments and fine tune everything. So that was a lot of fun. And also, Kenji Quinn Huff helped me tonight too. We call him the fuel strategist. We kind of rag on him, giving him a hard time, but Quinn was in there helping me tonight too. So I appreciate all the guys' support, and also shout out to remembering all of our active military men and service women on Fridays. Try to wear red. You can look up where you can help them too. But it was a lot of fun tonight. Tough race, and certainly looking forward to going to Pocono.
Absolutely fantastic, Brennan. Congratulations, P3 finish. I look forward to seeing what you've got next week, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Brennan Poole, number 3 in the field. Let's go over the race results real quick. And I'm going to do it again. Mike, you're absolutely right. When in doubt, shout out Sturgill's dad. What's up, Mike? Good to see you, brother. You're awesome. All right, let's take a look at that real quick. Race results. Travis Manning's going to be your race winner, of course. And then Justin Oveen, second. Brennan Poole, third. Joey Brown, fourth. Michael Sturgill Jr. finishes fifth. Mike had a fantastic drive today. I think we were talking about the short run speed. I think he had the 3/4 run speed, and then just trying to work his way back to the field. Great drive off for him. Chad Gunningsman, Austin Edwards, Timothy Swiggett, Jay Jensen, Nathan Hall. They all finish inside the top 10. Lucky, Goodrow, King, Sousa, KC, they finish all the way to 15th. Kocher, Beckman, and Fly. That's going to be all the way to 18th. I think that's Timmy Lewis Jr., Nick Galusha. They're all there as well. So 18th, 19th, 20th. The John Betlem Motorsports team, I think they all kind of came out at the same time. So I wonder if there's just a setup issue there. Quite possibly could be. Thank you to everybody out there for the likes and the follows. Thank you for all the comments. Hopefully Facebook will give me the correct views this time. We appreciate what they do. We appreciate what you folks do out there as well. Thank you to johnbetlem.com for sponsoring the eNASCAR Racing Association, Ryco Motorsports as well, ryco-motorsports.com for setups and strategies over there as well. And then follow us on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Signature Esports is our handle. I appreciate you very much. We have an Instagram, we have a TikTok, we have all kinds of stuff, but we'll talk about Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at the moment. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. We're going to see you again here very soon. Next week is going to be Pocono. This Saturday, Signature eNASCAR Cup Series action as well. I think I've got a race tomorrow for our Next Gen Series, but it will depend on our participation if it's going to be broadcasted, just because of some things that I want to make sure are taken care of. If I don't see you folks, well, I appreciate you, and I hope that you have a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good morning.